Tell me, what do you know of Barnabas Collins? For Barnabas, everywhere I searched character-wise, every sort of angle that I tried, I kept coming back to Jonathan Frid. He really did something beautiful with that character. And so my Barnabas is really based on his character with maybe a few other ingredients thrown in.
The great thing about being an actor is transformation, becoming somebody else.
I always called Johnny sort of the modern-day Lon Chaney, because he's the man of 1,000 faces. I mean, he always has a different face in every movie.
He always puts 100% into characters, so I was excited to see what this one would be.
Cannot imagine how thirsty I am. Tim and I felt very strongly that a vampire should look like a vampire. Nothing really happens until the makeup goes on. When you feel and look differently, you start to see the character. For more than 20 years, of working with Tim, how long I've tried to get him to let me wear, like, a fake nose or fake ears or this or that. He's always, oh, no, come on, man, not that,
He wanted a new nose on Sweeney Todd. He's always trying to cover up his beauty, frankly.
Finally, I got the nose and I got the ears.
It's always fun to see him on the first hair and makeup test, because I go like, what has he made you into this time?
Especially on this character, this makeup is very theatrical.
Joel's vision matched perfectly with mine and perfectly with Tim's.
I wanted to make his ears a little bigger, and Johnny wanted to use a nose bridge appliance, just to change his profile. So that's something that we started playing around with, multiple versions of that. Ultimately, we got to, something that I personally am very happy with.
The makeup process, I think we got it down to about 2 hours, 2.5 hours every day. See me, derelict. Look into my eyes and deliver to me your innermost thoughts.
He reminded me sometimes of a creature from German expressionist cinema, kind of, the way he moves, it's very unusual.
Tim comes to me and says, what about really long fingers, like really long extensions on your hands? And at that point, I sort of became, how he used to be with me. I was like, well, but it'll be so much longer in the chair, and I gotta glue these on, and it's, be hard to. He's like, no, but that'll be great, And he was right. The fingers really made the character. You shall be my loyal servant until such time as I release you.
Just the way he starts, doing this hypnotizing thing. I mean, it's like I almost felt like I was getting hypnotized. You know what I mean? You just see these unreal, fingers coming at you, and just the way he was manipulating and then looking over into his eyes and stuff. It was a trip.
Just extending the fingers that much, by 2 or 3 inches. It just added a whole other opportunity. You want to use your hands more, So I learned how to pick things up about 3 inches from where my fingers actually were,
At the end of the day, when we take the fingertips off, he's mentioned several times, it's almost like he's missing part of himself.
I found the character on a whole other level once the wardrobe came into play. It was a very elegant, sort of slim look. And the second that, as an actor, you put on that suit of your character, that armor, you stand differently, you turn differently. It makes all the difference.
This is Johnny's costume. It's his coat that he wears in the 70s with his 70s suit. We opted that Barnabas had a cravat, decided to go with that instead of neckties on him. But this coat's an homage to the early series, and then all his different suits. They're late 60s, early 70s, but with a nod in the collar to the 18th century.
He's more like a Lon Chaney or a Boris Karloff kind of actor than he is a movie star kind of guy.
His whole character is a painting. I mean, he's a work of art.
It really is kind of trying to create a full kind of new character each and every time.
What we were all going for was classic monster, classic monster look, like something that you would have seen on the cover of Famous Monsters of Filmland or Fangoria or something. And I think that's what we got.